This is going to be the third series in the IBD Q&A series. So let's get started. The first question is quite an important one. The question is, what are the most important soft skills to become successful at work other than communication? What are the most important soft skills while you're at work? Let's break this down. Why do you work? You work to make money. How can you make more money at work? That's by being good at your job. Who determines if you're good at your job or not? It's not you. It's your manager. A soft skill you must develop at work is emotional intelligence. And it's not the way that a lot of people online talk about it. Plain and simple, you must understand your manager's behavior and emotions. That is the key to being successful at work. Ultimately, your manager is in control of your career. Being able to understand when he's in a good mood, bad mood, being able to know how to talk to him or her, knowing when they're speaking to you and they're actually upset about what you did. More or less understand your manager is your key to survive in your firm. Like, it's that plain and simple. And obviously, if we extend that to the whole team, you should also understand the different people in your team. Everyone's going to be very different. You work in a bank, diverse cultures. You should know what and what not to say. I don't think, oh, they're both from Nigeria, they'll find the same thing funny, or they'll be fine with this specific joke. Even people from the same family, same mom and dad, would find and tolerate a joke differently. So you must, and I mean must, understand the different characters in your team. Something else you should understand is in banking, people move around a lot. You must be adaptable. Your ED could leave after 6 months, 1 month, 2 years, and they bring a different person in. Again, this is also linked to emotional intelligence. You must be able to adapt to what the new ED requires. Something as basic as how my ED likes to be sent emails could be different from the MD. Someone might like short bullet points, straight to the point, and some MDs want a whole paragraph or a whole page explaining the problem. You must know what each individual person wants and adapt to that. It must sound crazy, but in your notes, literally put Tom likes short bullet point email. Jessica likes long paragraphs. There's nothing wrong in putting that in because now you can then cater what you're doing to that specific person. Another soft skill that's quite important at work is teamwork. And teamwork is very important because when you work in a very high stressful job and it's very fast paced, sometimes you need your team to cover for you. Like, it's that plain and simple. Sometimes you're working at 10 p.m. and you're way too tired, you're stressed out, that work is due tomorrow. If you don't have good teamwork within yourselves, then you can't even get someone to try and offer to help you. You just have to get it done by yourself. You can't even split the work and say, you do tab 1 and I'll do tab 2. That will not happen if there's no teamwork. If you don't gel with your team, if your team doesn't like you, no one's going to try and help you. They'll just let you be by yourself, honestly. The next question is, where do I work? Why do you work from home? And how much did your desk setup cost? Good question. Where do I work? I work at an investment bank. And why do I work from home? C20. The bank I work for allows us to work from home once or twice per week, which I think is quite good. Even just one day, just, gives you that flexibility. But actually find I work a lot more when I work from home. Like, I'm not going to get a coffee. I'm not going for a walk. I'm just at my desk the whole day working. So back from gym, have breakfast, and at my desk more or less the whole time. And how much did my whole desk setup cost? I'm going to do a separate video on this in the future, but this setup cost me around £3,000. So for the different banks I've worked for, I've always gotten a work from home budget. So a lot of that money has been put to good use. And I would say in general, the idea behind my desk setup is for it to be black, minimal, and sort of masculine, if you like. That's the whole aesthetic behind my desk setup. So as you can see, the desk itself is from a company called Table and Tops. It's a simple wood desk tabletop. Cost me around £80. And they're attached to some sit-stand legs I got from a company that's closed down. That cost me around £300. And then we've actually gone to what actually powers my desk setup. Is the MacBook Pro. This is the most basic version. This came out 2020, 8 gig RAM, 516 terabyte storage. It's nothing fancy. I definitely want to upgrade to a Mac Studio in the future once I make some money from YouTube, then that'll be the first thing I spend money on, a new MacBook Pro. Now on my desk, I have two LG monitors. In the past, I've had a 3-monitor setup and it just became very annoying. I had two 27-inch ones and then one 24-inch one in a vertical plane. It just made my desk look very busy, so I got rid of that. And my main LG monitor is 32 inches. It has this really nice stand where it more or less levitates the monitor, so that way there's nothing underneath it, which I like. And the second one is a 28-inch dual-up monitor, so it's more or less like two 14-inch screens stacked on top, which I quite like. Also on my desk, I have a microphone, the Rode NTG mic, which I'm currently using to record this video. That is connected to an Elgato mic arm, which I got from Amazon. Keyboard I use is the Apple Magic Keyboard in space gray. It's basic, it works well. The mouse I use is the same mouse that everyone on YouTube uses. It's a Logitech MX Master 3 mouse. It's very good. I won't lie and tell you I got it because it was ergonomic. I got it because everyone has it, so I use it. And my keyboard and my mouse sit on top of this mat from Orbit Key. That cost me around £100. So as you can see, there's not a lot on my desk. Actually, there's one more thing. My Mac is connected to a docking station, which is underneath my desk. That is from Pluggable, and that probably cost me around £300. So I'll say in general, this desk setup is just under 3.5k pounds, I reckon. I'll do a full video in the future explaining everything, but that's more or less it. 3.5k, definitely not cheap. Next question is, any advice for graduates that are struggling to break into finance/tech and don't know what career to pursue? This is a good question, and the answer is quite straightforward. If you have no idea what career to go into, make a list of 5 or 6 jobs you can get based on your skills and knowledge. Make that list. And since you have no idea what to do, go for the job that pays you the most money. That's literally it. If currently you're studying finance, like, make a list of all the finance jobs you believe you can do and try and get the job that pays you the most. That would be investment banking, hedge funds, asset management, sales and trading. Those jobs will pay you the most. And I actually say not knowing what job you want to do is not a bad thing, because now you just pick a job that can pay you the most money. Because at the end of the day, that's why we work. We work to make money. Yes, you might like your job. Yes, you might like what you do. You wouldn't do it for free. So pick a job that you can get the most money from. When you've saved enough money, quit that job and try and do a job you like. And ultimately, the job you like, you'll start to hate because it's now your job. A lot of times, people want their hobby to be a full-time job. Most guys, when they're 15, 16, if they can make a full-time job from playing FIFA, they would. But trust me, professional FIFA players will tell you they hate their job. Once a job or once a hobby now becomes a job, you don't feel like you're doing it because you enjoy it anymore. You're not doing it because you have to. And every single hobby is the same. Twitch streamers, people that make YouTube videos will tell you before they made videos from fun, they started making money from YouTube, now they hate making videos. So I want you guys to be aware of that. Don't think because you're going to do a job you think you like, you won't end up not liking it, because I promise you, you will. The next question is, what sort of investments are you interested in? More or less, any investment that can make me a good return that I'm able to do, I will do. There's a quote, there is no asset that is too risky to invest in. What really matters based on the riskiness of the asset is how much you put in. Also related to investing is asking is how much you put in. Also related to investing is asking what specific age do you want to retire and what do I think about dividend investing? Based on my personality, I want to keep on working as long as I can. Like, why should I retire? I always want to do something by the side. It could be YouTube, it could be me trading my own money. People that are type A always want to keep on making more and more money. People that are millionaires can retire, but don't become multimillionaires and then billionaires. So I'll never retire until I have to. And what do I think about dividend investing? What is the average dividend for a stock? Let's find out. The average dividend yield for companies in the S&P 500 is between 2 and 5%. Let's even say it's 5%. And this answer is not really straightforward because there's a lot of factors to consider, but I'll have a try. For most people, you're not going to invest enough money to make any sort of real money from dividends. I know we're hearing in the news that Warren Buffett has earned 100 million from dividends, but think about how much has he invested in that company to get the 100 million? Because the dividend yield is like 2 to 5%. So to get 100 million payout, it means he probably invested in the billions. Let's even say, for example, you're able to invest 10K per year. If you make 5% on that from your dividends, that'll be £500. It's not life-changing money. I want you guys to understand that yes, dividends are good because, it's more money, but it's not magic. Also, if a company is paying dividends, that's fine, but that money being paid out could be reinvested back in the company to develop the business, which could increase profits, which could then increase the share price. So for example, the increase in share price from 100 to 300 would be a lot better than a 5% dividend yield. But if they don't invest that money, we'll never find out if the stock price could improve. Overall, I'll say dividend investing is fine, but if you don't have a lot of money to invest in the first place, then your dividends will be £3, £4, £2, £5 anyway. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you found out somewhat useful, and I'll see you in the next one.